the party, and then I'm not going to do this again, so I'll let them start and introduce yourself, and we'll just start right down here. Stop, Kevin, I'm done up here with you. Introduce yourself. We're just going to let you each one introduce yourself.
I'm Danita Bailey Sarton, a candidate for Clerk of Court. I say it that way because I just got married not long ago. Everybody knows me, Danita Bailey.
I'm sorry. I didn't clarify that. This is your 2 minutes to introduce yourself and tell everybody. She did take it to heart there. Yeah, this will be your 2 minutes each of you to introduce yourself and tell whatever you'd like to tell.
Okay. Well, I got that part out of the way anyway.
You get an extra 15 seconds there.
Okay. Well, I got that part out of the way. Y'all know who I am anyway. Like I said, I am married. I don't have any children. I have been at the clerk's office going on 20 years now, started my 20th year last month, and I am seeking the office of Clerk of Court because that's where I've been all these years. That's where my heart's at. I love what I do. I love the people that come in our office. I love serving the people that come in our office. I believe that everyone that comes through the door should be treated equally, should be treated with kindness, and do our best to fill their need because they're there because they have a need. They need us. We have a job because people like you need us. Before going to work at the clerk's office, I worked for attorneys. I've also been on the board for State Employees Credit Union for 10 years now. And I just like people. I'm a people person. I like being around people. I like serving the people of Rutherford County. And we've got a great county, by the way. And I've got to meet a lot more people throughout this campaign than I knew before. And we've got a county we need to be proud of our citizens and what we have to offer people. Because I have people sit across from my desk and say, you know, I came to Rutherford County on vacation. The people on the street spoke to me, the people in restaurants spoke to me. And they said, this is where we're coming when we retire. And they do, they come here.
Your time's up. And
oh, okay.
Hello everyone, I'm Keith Green. I'm also running for Clerk of Court. And right off the bat, I'll be the first to admit that some of the others up here, I do not have the experience per se of the office as they have. But my 24 years serving our country in the greatest Navy in the world, I retired as Chief Petty Officer, and as a first class or a Chief Petty Officer, the leadership, the mentorship, the management abilities that you're sent to training for as you come up through the ranks and learning for others that were before you. I have that knowledge, and also maintaining the records with Uncle Sam and the taxpayers' dollars. You keep very accurate records or they're going to let you know. I'm running off of my Navy's core values of honor, courage, and commitment. One, the men and women of our military, past, present, and future, serve the highest form of public service that we have. And we, as a group, have gave you the right, the opinion to agree or disagree with that. I agree with it. With that being said, it will be an honor to serve the county that after being off 24 years, me and the wife discussed it when it was time to retire, because retiring out of the military, we could live anywhere in the world that we wanted to. We decided to come back home to Rutherford County. Talking with some of the other veterans in the county, for my generation, it's about time that we did like our World War I, World War II, Korean, Vietnam vets, enlisted our officer and get back into public service and continue that. That is what I'm looking to do. The courage part. You ask most of you out here, courage is brave, strong, unafraid. But no, courage is always doing the right thing, especially when there's no one around to watch. Commitment, I am committed, no matter what it takes, the hours involved for me to get in, learn from each and every one about what the job of the clerk of court is. Thank you.
I am Maydeen Bradley Hodge, and I am Democratic candidate for Clerk of Court. First, I want to thank Mr. Gurley and the group for holding this event And thank you citizens for being here, not the fly, but you citizens for being here to see what the 9 candidates have to present. I grew up in Rutherford County on a farm in the southern part of the county. There was 8 children in my family. I learned early in life how to get along with people, how to do teamwork, and how to care for others. It is my desire to be your clerk of court, not for position or title, but to serve the people of Rutherford County. I come with experience. I have 8 years of experience in the clerk's office. I have served as an assistant clerk in the clerk's office as well as a supervisor, and during that time I worked in all areas of the courthouse in the clerk's office. I worked closely with the other agencies. And I think that is an important part to the clerk of court, is being able to work with the DA's office, Register of Deeds, the tax office, and I would look forward to being in that position to serve this county. I am the only Democratic candidate who has assistant experience or supervisory experience in the clerk's office. The current employees in the clerk's office are a big part of the transition for the newly elected clerk. I will give each employee there an equal opportunity to remain in their position. And if they do not serve the people of Rutherford County in a courteous and respectful, professional manner, then it would be time to do something different. I am again Nadine Bradley Hodge, and I would like to be your next clerk of court. Thank you.
Well, I'm Bob Ward. I'm from Forest City, been a lifelong resident of Rutherford County. I worked at the Forest City Police Department for the last 22 years. I've got 32 years law enforcement experience. I retired last year, about March of last year, to just lay back and take a little time, but decided to come back. Me and my wife went to the beach. We came back and decided we're going to live back in Rutherford County, so we're back here to stay. I've always wanted to run for office of some type. I thought about city council in Forest City, but this came open and I just thought this was the best fit for me. 32 years law enforcement, 20 years of that was as a supervisor in Forest City, and the last 7 years of that was assistant chief in administration. So I know the ins and outs of administration I know the ins and outs of being the low man on the totem pole to the middle. I worked every way up. There's not a job at the Forest City Police Department I didn't do except for the exception of animal control. Every other job there I did, from the top to the bottom, all the way up. I want to be, what I want to do is run it on teamwork. That is my slogan, is teamwork. We're gonna work as a team, and I think I'd make the best leader for that team. I've done it in the past. I've supervised 33 employees at the police department, and I think the clerk's office has something like 20, 21 employees. I've got some good ideas for some changes up there. It don't include personnel. I'm going to leave all personnel where they're at. But I've got some good ideas for some changes for the new teamwork, and I thank you for being here and listening to me. Thank you.
My name's Steve Owens, and I'm running for clerk of court like everybody else. I presently work with the DA's office up there. I've been with the court system since 1998. Started out in the clerk's office with Keith Melton, worked there about 2.5 years, then was recruited by Jeff Hunt as a district attorney and been there ever since and still employed. Doing that, I work with all the law enforcement officers, different agencies, the judges, the clerk's office. See a lot of the people that come in that are not only victims but defendants and their families. And a lot of times we have to explain to them that we cannot give them the advice they need, but we can at least give them the directions where they need to go. Prior to being in the DA's office, when Keith recruited me, I worked for Eckerd Drug Corporation. I worked for them 20 plus years in management. I was the gentleman that you would have to go through if you wanted to be on manager with Eckerd Drug Company. So I was the guy that trained you in how to have a good running store, customer service, all the way down from loss prevention issues, everything. In other words, if their P&Ls or profit and loss statements weren't looking good, I was the guy. But most of those stores had 18 to 20, and I had about 6 of them in that area. But what I'm looking at is what I can do and train, and they've got to have somebody up there that can coordinate and do the administration, and not only just work, but work with the people and make everybody that comes in feel like they're made to feel like they're happy to be there, and they feel like they've been served when they leave.
Good evening, I'm Tammy Clements Aldridge. I'm the Republican candidate for Clerk of Court. I've been in law enforcement since 1991, where I started as a telecommunicator with Forest City Police Department. From there I went to 911, serving as a telecommunicator. In 2001, I went to the Clerk of Court's office. I was also hired by Keith Melton. I started out in the criminal department, and from there I went over to the cashier's office. Then unfortunately our child support clerk got sick and I had to learn child support. It was the blind lead the blind. But we did it. The state came in and helped us and absolutely loved child support. It was a rewarding job. From child support, I've done that from 2004 until 2008. And when Robin Spence came in 2008, she promoted me to an assistant clerk over the criminal department. I love criminal. Obviously, I've been in law enforcement since 1991. I thought I could go into the criminal department thinking, you know, hey, I can do this because I've been in law enforcement so long. But it is a lot of work, a lot of training. And that's why I hope to implement cross-training. And implementing cross-training, if someone's out for an extended time, someone will be able to fill that spot. But what I hope to do also is to create unity, not just within each division, but within the whole clerk's office. The whole clerk's office is a family. You actually spend more time with them than you do your own family. So I hope to make it a family environment, make it friendly for the public to come in, and make customer service #1. Thank you. I'm Tammy Aldridge, Republican candidate for Clerk of Court.
Hey, how are y'all? Welcome. My name's Tara Tony, and I'm running for the Republican side of Clerk of Court. I was born and raised in Ellenboro. Still live on the same street I was born on. Home is home, and Rutherford County is definitely my home. I've been in law enforcement since 2003, where I started out with Rutherford County Sheriff's Department. I worked in just about every aspect of the business I could. Civil division, criminal division, road, warrants officer, courthouse security, fill-in bailiff. I even deliver peaches for the Are You OK program. I left the Sheriff's Department in 2012 and became a police officer with Bowling Springs Police Department, North Carolina. And while I was there, I was quickly promoted to their field training officer, where I ran the program for all the new hires. They had to come through my program, and I had to approve their, law enforcement abilities and let them go on their own. I currently hold a position at Lowe's Home Improvements, which I'm sure y'all are all familiar with. I'm a pro-service assistant there. Been married for 16 years. Have one son, he's 13. He's a hot mess. I want to be your next candidate your next clerk of court, because I have a passion. I have a passion for people and have a passion for Rutherford County. I want to bring a clerk in office that the people can trust, that the people want to talk to, and that the people enjoy coming to work to see. So, vote for me, Tara Tony, Clerk of Court.
Hi, my name is Jerry Weiss, and I'm a Democratic candidate for Clerk of Superior Court for Rutherford County. What I do, I'm actually the Facility Director and Regional Coordinator for Parkway Family Preservation Services. I've been there going on 5 years. We've done some restructuring as state mental health changes, and I do believe in serving the people of Rutherford County. We have people every day that need help. It's a challenge getting people in detox and rehab. It's a challenge getting people the help they need. But as a clerk, you can count on